Hey, Millie here, and today's life lesson, we're talking about how things are never going to be perfect, but what you can do to make it your way. Now, the context that I'm giving for this is we have just moved halfway across the world to Melbourne, and we've been looking at apartments. We've viewed about 12 in the last 24 hours or so, which is kind of crazy. And none of them quite fit everything that we want. The ones that we like are either too expensive or maybe the rooms are too small, but they're in a great location, or the rooms are great, but the fixtures and fittings just aren't that nice. And some of them are kind of getting that 80%, but they're just not there. And it's the same with, location, the actual city itself. And a good friend said to us one time that what you can do is find the 80%. So what ticks 80% of your criteria for whatever it is, and then build the 20% yourself. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be physically, but it could be about your attitude or your outlook on the situation. It could be physical stuff, okay, the apartment's not as comfortable as we want it to be, so let's add some furnishings and make it feel like a home. It could be, okay, well, we love everything else but the location, so we're going to make transport as easy as possible for ourselves and buy a car. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be material things, but I think realizing that rather than wasting your time trying to find that 100% that doesn't necessarily exist, sometimes just isn't the right thing to do. And actually finding the 80% and then building the 20% can end up with you feeling happier overall in the end. So that's what we've been doing today. And that's what I've been reflecting on is, what does the 80% look like for us? And how are we going to build that 20%? Let me know what situation this applies to for you and how are you going to build your 80%? Cheers. Have a good evening.